Test, test. This is a test. 1, 2. The Honda Prelude. A car that once defined style and innovation in the Japanese auto world. Years later, the Honda Prelude, you still see it on the road, stylish, still makes a statement. Nothing that we enthusiasts at the community saw coming. Finally, after a 20-year hiatus, Honda has decided to bring back the Prelude from the grave. What's good, YouTube? Jules here, back again once again for another video. Alright guys, the return of the Honda Prelude. What does it mean for the car community? What does it mean for you as a viewer? Someone that might be in the market for a new car, for a Honda. Well, we're going to go over that in today's video. Should you pick one up when it does drop? Do you pick one up? What could we expect? We're going to go over all those things in today's video, and if there's any further news, of course, we're going to cover that. The Prelude, the Honda Prelude, first hit the streets in 1978. Wow, that's freaking old. As Honda's flagship coupe, yes, we have a super nice coupe coming out. If you guys don't know, the Honda Prelude is a coupe. At the time, the Honda Prelude showcased advanced features including four-wheel steering and refined aerodynamics. These cars, yes, you could probably get them for cheap. They're either super clapped or they're damn clean. So that's where we kind of lie with the Preludes, with the old Preludes at the moment in time. However, with the clean Preludes, it's a pretty loyal fan base. Unfortunately, in 2001, the Prelude did come to a halt, so we didn't see any more of those in production, and that's where we are today. 20-something years later, Honda has decided to revive the Prelude with attributes regarding sustainability as well as performance. Honda has decided to bring back the Prelude as a hybrid. I'm going to refrain from bring my bias into this. You guys already know how I feel about hybrid cars, electric cars, all that crap. It is what it is. They took attributes of the old Prelude in terms of performance and just looks and whatnot, and kind of inserted it in the modern like hybrid era. Why did Honda decide to make the Prelude a hybrid? Honda's definitely got it going on right now. They're doing pretty well, considering also the fact that they picked up Nissan. They're doing pretty well, and they have also kind of pledged that they are moving in the way of EVs. They're moving in the way of the green, and they do believe that is kind of the next generation of enthusiasts. Whether that's 10, 20 years down the line, they do believe that's kind of the next gen going on. Is the EVs, is the hybrids, the electric. Do I agree? I'll leave that to the end of the video. With that being said, what do we know other than it's going to be a hybrid, two-door coupe? Well, unfortunately, exact specs are not confirmed of this Prelude. However, we do have renders of the Prelude, which of course I'll throw up on screen so you guys can see. When it comes to the design of the new Prelude, it really just emulates the 4th gen Prelude. When it comes to the front end, the rear end, I would say they took a jab at it because it definitely gives that kind of EV aspect with the one light going across. Do I hope they keep that light? Probably not. It really, yeah, looking at it now, it kind of, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look too terrible, but it kind of drives the EV home. I'm not really a fan of the one light bar going across. A lot of cars are doing it, so it does give me kind of like Porsche Macan vibes with the one light. Just, I don't know how it looks there. The Honda logo looks pretty neat. I do like the Prelude logo going on under Honda. Definitely gives me like kind of Supra vibes with the 890 Supra. The hatch looks pretty cool. I like how they kind of did the hatch on that. Very, very discreet. So props on them from that. Rear bumper looks pretty good. I like the two little lights they have going on. Not too bad there. Depending on what wheels are going to be up in the air, but for the render, the wheels look pretty nice. They look pretty stylish. I like that there. It looks like they added kind of like a ducktail on this. Hopefully they keep that from the factory because a ducktail on this would look pretty mint. It would look a lot better if it had a ducktail. I do really like how they include number 1, no sunroof. Number 2, kind of a black rooftop on the Prelude. That is pretty nice if they keep that consistent. So like black mirrors, black rooftop. Really nice. I like the black rooftop. Now only that, but they have the kind of grooves on the rooftop. That is a good add for sure. I do want to touch back on the front end of the car because it might be controversial on that end. The hood, it looks like the hood has some grooves, which I do enjoy. Some grooves going on in the hood for sure. This, to me, the first time I saw it, it looks like a duck. It has the duck tail, number one. Number two, the front end, it looks like a duck. Did the first gen look like a duck? You could probably argue the pig nose one looks kind of like a duck-ish, but this one like drives home duck look. And it irks me a little bit, but yeah, the front grille, it looks like you guys could see the kind of the duck bill going on. I don't know if they're doing kind of like an air dam there, an air intake kind of system. If they did, that would be neat. Hopefully it's like an air dam, an air intake of sort. That would be nice. The headlights, kind of iffy. I don't mind them. Like I said, they definitely give me kind of 4th gen Prelude vibes, so I don't mind them. They're kind of modernized, not too bad. And then the front bumper itself, where it kind of goes where the black piece is, I'm curious how that would look color match. I do kind of enjoy it because it is pretty simplistic. Not only that, but you have kind of like the open grill area there, and there's, you know, that little slice in the middle, but it's like blue to represent hybrid. So aesthetics wise, I give it like a 7 out of 10. It's not too bad. Would I pick one up? I don't know yet. I don't know. It really depends on what's going on with it. It is a hybrid, so that kind of right in the gut. But Honda, you know, they know what they're doing. It also does look like possibly we're gonna get some extreme contact tires on this thing, which would be freaking sick. Good set of tires to throw on this thing for sure. We're also looking at a big brake kit on the render. Could we see a big brake kit? That would be freaking sick. I don't know what variation is gonna come out on this Prelude, because of course we have the SI Civic, we have the Type R Civic. Probably gonna do a base model limited, and then, you know, some kind of like maybe like 3 different kind of models of this thing. My question is, which is going to include the performance package brakes? I'm pretty interested in that because I also do want to know how much power this thing's going to be pushing, considering it's going to be a hybrid. I am curious on what are they going to do to the Prelude to make it live up to that standard, the drive style of the 20-year ago Prelude. The Hybrid Accord pushes like 200. I mean, I'm not one to talk considering, you know, the burst, but the Hybrid Accord produces about 200 to the wheels. That's pretty dookie. If this thing dropped and it had like 200 horsepower to the wheels, I don't know, man. I don't know how they would feel about that. I don't know how you guys feel about that. It's got to have a turbo. Come on. It's got to have a turbo. They have to put a turbo on this. If they did throw a turbo on it, usually that raises the price. Just look at, you know, GR Corolla, stuff like that. Even the different Civics. The SI, for example, Type R. And based on what we're hearing, what we're seeing on the price of the Prelude, chances are the turbo, we don't know. We don't know, to be honest, because it's a pretty decent price for today's market. So what are we looking like for price on this bad boy? Well, estimated right now, $31,000. It's on the lower end, and that's what kind of suspects me to not believe we're gonna have a turbo equipped on this thing. Also because it's a hybrid, so that kind of drives it home a little more. I don't know what this hybrid system is gonna look like. I don't know what it's gonna be like for this car. I am not a hybrid enthusiast, especially when it comes to Honda's cars, so I have no idea what we're looking like for performance-wise. I think that is definitely gonna hinder the sales a tad bit when it comes to enthusiasts picking up this car. Do I think it's still gonna sell? Yeah, it's gonna be a dominant 2-door coupe in today's market. I think the people that, you know, want to kind of pursue the EV market a little bit, dabble in the hybrid, or even just get a Prelude and, you know, do whatever they want to it, just to have a Prelude, I think it'll do pretty fine in the market today, just because we don't have too many sports cars, sporty cars, especially on the coupe side. Honda is definitely taking kind of a leap, bringing a 2-door coupe to the market right now, just based on what we see. Freaking double duty size trucks, freaking SUVs. SUVs are all over the market. You know, I'm surprised they didn't make the Prelude a freaking SUV. The fact that they kind of took a dive with this, I can't complain there, but the hybrid, you know, I guess for it to succeed in today's market, they had to do that hybrid. So for that, I can't complain. So kind of speaking about, you know, the rest of the market, this to me is a pretty competitive drop, I would say. They didn't just bring back any kind of new car, a new Honda drop, and be like, hey, is this, and it's a hybrid, this, whatever. They brought back the Prelude, which, like I said, is a, you know, hits home on, you know, the Enthusiast. So they know their target demographic with this one, and honestly, they want to expand on it considering the hybrid system. You know, I don't want to kind of drive it and be like, oh, they shouldn't have done this, shouldn't have done that. But just to insert my opinion real quick, this either way is good for the community that Honda has decided to bring the Prelude back because competitiveness. Other companies are going to look at this and be like, oh snap, we got to bring back an old car, or oh snap, we got to make something new. We got to innovate. We have to do something. I think it's going to serve more of a niche, let's say in the hybrid coupe market. I don't think it's going to be a direct competitor for the 8.6 BRZ. We have the Miata, we have the new Celica, stuff like that. I don't know if it's going to be a direct competitor. It's definitely going to be a competitor, but with it being a hybrid, that definitely sets it apart from those cars. We could also see the Prelude kind of fall flat on its face and be this kind of only one release going on, just based on the rest of the market right now. So I'd say as long as they're pretty innovative with the technology, and you know, it's not just, they're not just depending on the Enthusiast to kind of carry this one per se, like the Supra really kind of expanded. I would say hit the Enthusiast as well as, you know, kind of plus, Enthusiast plus on that end. So how did the rest of the community react to the new Prelude drop? Well, based on the feedback, we're looking kind of at a split. A lot of people obviously are super stoked to see the Prelude return in hybrid variation, maybe not so much so, but to have some sort of success in today's market, that might have been the move. Clearly, Honda knows a few things. It's kind of like an interesting spot we're in right now with the modern cars that are coming out. I would say there's a few that nailed it. Hint, BRZ 8.6, yo, they're beautiful. With a car like this, or even a car like the 890 Supra, there's a big divide. I think the Prelude, give it a few years, if it does do decent in sales, give it a few years and it'll grow on people looks wise. Hybrid, maybe, probably hybrid will grow. I can't tell what's unlike this. A hybrid sports car and it's like the Prelude, so is it going to live up to its predecessors? Who knows? Or is Honda kind of overstepping that boundary of making the Prelude hybrid? Should they have just gone something like the Type R, the Civic, and not done hybrid and just went performance, turbo, and just made this a true Prelude? It's definitely a big step for them making this hybrid and appealing to the futuristic, the modernized market that we have going on here. That being said, the new Honda Prelude is not just a return of the Prelude, it's a statement. It's a statement in today's market because they are bringing back a retro Prelude 20 years ago and they're throwing a hybrid system in it. It's a freaking statement for the car scene, for the car market right now. To me, this is Honda saying we could have a hybrid system and we could have sustainability and performance can coexist on the same car. If this succeeds in a way where Honda's like, let's do it again, we could possibly see a hybrid S2000 in the upcoming future. And that could definitely inspire other manufacturers to drop Honda variations of old cars. Could we see a freaking hybrid Celica? I'm not even going to say a hybrid GTR because I'd pull my hair out. What do you guys think of a freaking hybrid S2000? Oh, man. I don't know, man. I'd probably just pick it up just to throw a gas motor in it. I'd probably just pick it up to throw something else in it. So, what do you guys think of the return of the Honda Prelude? Do you think the hybrid system is going to allow it to fall flat on its face, or do you think it'll strive in today's market with the hybrid system? They have some good quality engineers on their side, so I do think the Prelude, this return of the Prelude, it'll do pretty decent. I think we'll leave it at that. I'm pretty cautiously optimistic when it comes to the return of this Prelude, you know, just based on design-wise and, you know, hybrid-wise. I don't think Prelude fans look at this and say that this is what they wanted. They definitely wanted a gas-powered turbo freaking variant, and, you know, design-wise, maybe a little different. I think the design will grow on us as the Supra did as well. Let me know, of course, in the comment section down below. I am very curious on what you guys think of the return of the Honda Prelude. But I do think that is a good of a time as any to wrap up today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like down below. It really goes a long way, and while you're down there, you could consider subscribing. That shows me you guys like what I'm doing here, and I could do more. But other than that, of course, you can find me, Julian Telesco, everywhere, anywhere, and all the where down below in the description. I like posting cool reels, behind the scenes content, events, shows that I go to, Instagram, TikTok, all that cool stuff. Description down below. And of course, as per usual, I do want to give a shout out to Hachi Electronics, Supreme BRZ Man, 86 Master of Electronics. Go check him out, man. And you can use code Jules for that free shipping. And boom, you got yourself a deal. Best electronics when it comes to your BRZ and 86. Also, a big shout out to HiRev Sports. You can use code Jules15 for that 15% off. Go cop yourself some cool taillights for your BRZ 86 if you have one. Or if you have any other cars, go check out their catalog, their inventory to see what they got for you. And a little end segment for you guys who stuck around to the end. You might be wondering where the BRZ is, where the BRZ is. We have it in storage. However, we do have some pretty good parts coming up for it. I don't want to spoil it, but we got some nice parts. So expect to see some stuff on the BRZ. I would say, I mean, I'm not going to say too soon, but pretty soon. Not too soon, but pretty soon. We have some parts for it because we want to get it ready for next year. Next year, we got some big plans. In the meantime, though, you guys should expect to see some content on the 240 coming up here soon. We're going to kind of get to work on the 240 while the BRZ kind of sits tight. And yeah, that's about it on that end. I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video all the way to the end. If you did, you guys are the real ones. And yeah, thank you guys for the support. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.